I seriously considered just playing a whole bunch of like Three Stooges clips because that's kind of what this game felt like throughout like the whole thing. They're just not good anymore this season, and it's like they're not even trying. Jonathan Quick was trying. For the first 2 periods, actually no, he kept us in it in the third too. And I say kept us in it. Jonathan Quick must be so frustrated by his teammates at this point. He's sitting there saying, guys, like, I'm pulling groin strings for you, and I'm doing my Jedi tricks, and I'm doing the splits here, and I'm being about as athletic as I can be, and I'm going to have some highlights for my reel. Why won't anyone play in front of me? Why won't anyone play down the other end and get me some offense? So if I do let in a couple of goals, then it's fine. There were 4 tonight from the Blues, but I'm only going to put maybe one of them on Quick. It's disappointing to see what the Kings have become this season, and thank God there's only 15 more games, and please let them make some good off-season moves, because the leadership in this team is clearly not bringing them down the correct path. So, to tonight's game. Good opening, like 2 or 3, 4 minutes there. Toffoli and Brown look like they have got some chemistry going. They look like they're really actually putting an effort and trying. But gosh, Toffoli, that snake that bit him a while back, it bit him again, and it's come back around because he just cannot hit the net to save his life. Just absolutely not connecting on anything. It's really kind of sad to watch because you know he is actually trying. It's just not quite working out for him. I can't really say that for most other people on the team. Because like I said, they just were not putting in the effort this evening. Once that like 4 or 5 minutes lapsed, they kind of sat back on their heels and let the Blues kind of take control of the first period. There was a point of like 90 seconds, and I almost clocked this exactly because I'm sitting there like, oh good, we have the puck. And then we kind of waited behind the net a little bit for the shift change, and I get that. But then they spent that 90 seconds like in their zone. They didn't actually move the puck. I don't even think it made it into the neutral zone, and it wasn't like the Blues had pressure or control at any point. The Kings had the puck the whole time. They just didn't move it anywhere. Like I'm baffled by what this is. And you look at them next to, and the Blues aren't necessarily the fastest team. I mean, you put them against the Lightning and wow, you can see how slow they are. But they just look sluggish. It was kind of sad. They looked old. And maybe that's because, I don't know, Desjardins isn't playing the younger kids. Love had like 1 minute and 25 seconds in the second period. This is the guy who got our only goal last time. Maybe you'll play that. And considering the way the veterans are playing, they don't deserve their time on the ice. I'm sorry, but they don't. Kopitar does not deserve his minutes. Give them to a rookie who's trying to prove his way into this team and is the future of the organization. But that's just my opinion, and I don't actually get a say in it, clearly. So, anyway, the first period continues. They get a power play. I think it was in the first. Honestly, the first was so boring that, like, basically nothing happened. And it all just, like, went downhill in the second. The second was really bad. This is the 4th time in 6 games that the Kings have let in a goal within the first 65 seconds of the game. This one came about 34 seconds into it. Just miscommunication? I don't know. But 1-0 is fine. And again, Quick is being his Quick-like self. He's making some great Jedi saves there, and everything's kind of going okay. And then we take another penalty, and that's like, whatever. We're actually pretty good on the penalty kill today, which is good because when they played last night against the Ducks, all of their goals came on the power play. So we got that down. Great. We have one special teams working. Unfortunately, nothing else was. Like, literally nothing else was working. The second goal came right after I had been saying, oh, at least Quick is keeping us in this game. So it's totally my fault, guys, for jinxing it. Just like trickled under his legs. But when you let the Blues take away the game as much as they did, they were just letting them amble into the offensive zone. There was no defense around them. They were just half a step back. And you're like, what? I mean, fine. Okay, if no one else is going to play, why should Quick? Because really, no one else was. At one point, it was on actually... Well, Tyler did a couple of things. One of them was on the penalty kill, and one of them he had a shorthanded breakaway that he could do absolutely nothing with. And I thought the other one was on a penalty kill for a second because there were so many times where it looked like the Kings were on a penalty kill when they were not. They were just that outplayed. They were completely boxed out. You could tell that the Blues had a structure to their game, and the Kings did not, because they were literally falling all over each other. They were not connecting on passes. They looked like they were skating around in circles. It was a slapstick routine for the entire second period. But the point I was mentioning about Toffoli is that he had this phenomenal pass where literally everybody else is caught in our defensive zone, and Leipzig for some reason is behind kind of in the neutral zone, and Toffoli, I guess he hadn't caught up yet, or something, or shift change, whatever. But Toffoli manages to strip the puck from the Blues, and he lobs it out into the neutral zone. And if Leipzig had been paying attention, this next part wouldn't have been an issue. Because he does get the puck, and it's like the most uncontested breakaway of uncontested breakaways. Like, there is literally nobody that is going to be able to even catch up to the neutral zone by the time he's getting to Ellen. Except, he didn't kind of anticipate it and had to stretch out his stick, and it ends up where the ref calls it offside. Now, here's my issue with that, is that it was so close that that's the kind of thing the ref should have let play out and see what happens. And then they could have called back something if they did deem it's offside. Because it wasn't offside. They went back and looked at it later, and it was not offside. Instead, the ref called it dead, and now we'll never know what could have happened. Because you get one goal back in it, and suddenly it's a different game. Instead, that got blown dead. Leipzig never even got a chance to take the shots. And we're kind of back where we were, where there's the first goal early, and then there's kind of not really any gelling of the team going on. They're looking like the slapstick routine, and then there's the second goal with maybe 8 minutes. No, 8 minutes was the third period goal. There's the second goal with a minute and I think 12 seconds left in the second period. You're like, ugh, okay, that's rough. But we can come back from that, because down 2 goals the way Quick's playing, we're going to be okay. Except that then there was the third goal with literally 1.1 seconds left on the clock in the second period. And how many times have I been screaming about finishing out a damn period? 1.1 seconds, guys. 1.1 seconds is all you had to hold on to. But no. So it's 3-0 going into the third period. And you know that this team, the way they're playing, they're not coming back from that. And they didn't. Sure enough. The only exciting thing that happened in the third period, apart from their goal, which was not so exciting, was that Phaneuf checked a guy and actually left his feet to do it. And then he was kind of in the middle of checking 2 guys. And so they both took offense, and then there was some fighting. And that ended up with us getting a power play, which, cool, except our other power play was just so terrible. I kind of wanted them to give it back. So bad. So bad. Except then with 16 seconds left, Carter takes a penalty, and, Doughty had taken a penalty, and you're just like, guys, you're the leadership of the team. You can't be taking dumb penalties when we're down by this much. You need to be making chances to score a damn goal. Help your goaltender out here. And the second one, maybe that's on Quick, but maybe it's on the guys who let him just waltz into the zone there. Because pretty much nobody on the team tonight played with effort. I'm going to say Brown, Toffoli, and Leipzig were probably and Martinez. They were my exceptions. You could see that they were putting in effort on the ice. It maybe wasn't quite going their way, but at this point in the season, obviously we're not going anywhere, so I am of the opinion that you just want to play with dignity. Play with dignity, and some of them did, and the rest of the team that didn't is just so disappointing. And I really, really hope that, again, I know this season is over, so I hope that next season, whatever is happening in that locker room that is causing this lack of effort. Because if you're just not connecting and you just have an off night in hockey, that's fine. But this team just doesn't have it. There is something going on that we are missing, and I really hope that that gets cleaned up by next season, because this is just sad.